Hello, beautiful heart and souls. Crystal Lynn here. I am so grateful to be here with all of you. Thank you for joining me for another pick a card reading. This pick a card message came through as what your soul would love to affirm for you at this time. And I'm really feeling that this message is an affirmation to everything you know and feel to be true within you already, so that when you make your decision to move forward with whatever it is that you're feeling, you have no shadow of a doubt within you. You just know, and this is simply an affirmation to keep going, to keep choosing to tune into your own vibe and follow your soul, because you know exactly what your soul is telling you. So I truly hope this message affirms all that you know to be true. And we do have 3 different groups here, so take a moment to tune in, take a nice deep breath, and just really feel your own vibe, your own frequency. The group that most resonates with you will call to your spirit, and I will put timestamps in the description, or actually in the comments for all of you. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's just get right into it. All right, group number 1. How are all of you beautiful heart and souls? Feels amazing to be here with all of you. I'm so grateful to tune in. Let's see what your soul would like to affirm for you at this time. We have the Queen of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and Temperance. All right, this is beautiful. I love my body. I create peacefulness in my mind, and my body reflects this peacefulness as perfect health. Ancestors, generations. Inspiration, number 11. Detach from drama, Pallas Athena. See yourself in nature, the number 40. See yourself in nature, the number 40. We have dice, gamble. Dice, gamble. Okay, there's something here about an energy that you're feeling a little risk involved here. We have serendipity, big, bold vision, number 15, and appreciation, the number 15 again. So this is a time of big change for you, big change. And not only are you feeling it inside of yourself, but your body is really feeling it at this time. And you're able to see this reflection, this actual truth, the proof of what you feel inside in your physical body. Right now, when you're choosing what is in alignment with you, what is in tune with your own frequency, your own vibe, your body feels really good. Not only does it feel good, but you feel your vitality. You see your light shining out of your eyes. You feel the blood flowing through your veins. You feel the warmth. You feel the comfort and ease in taking action steps towards that which you really love, that which really inspires you. And I feel like this is something that you were born with. This is something that runs within your own legacy, your own family generations of magic. There's something about this magical ability that you have, or this intuitive gift, this gift to create, the skills, the craftsmanship, the vision, the big bold vision, whatever this is. It's very inspired by your soul, and your soul is constantly, and I mean constantly, sending you signs right now, signals, synchronicities, affirmations all over the place. You're going to find a lot of those synchronicities come when you are in a state of emotional peace and maturity, when you're really focused on your big, bold vision, your inspired feelings. Your body is going to really amplify that for you right now. And so when it comes to this legacy, I mean, with the 10 of Pentacles here and the Queen of Cups, there's this energy where you're really being asked to embody and embrace your nurturing qualities, your compassion, your empathy for yourself, for what it is that you're creating. beginning to really temper yourself, because when we have this really big inspired idea, this big bold vision, and we're receiving a lot of affirmation in the physical world to it, including our own bodies. Most importantly, our own bodies are number one. You know, the body is an extension of your soul. It's like a suit, right, that your soul gets to experience this life within. So this is really important to you. This is about your life, your well-being, your future. You're the one living in your body. So you love your body. This is a affirmation to loving your soul, loving who you are, loving the activities that you're doing in the world, where you're traveling, where you're going, being able to see yourself in nature as a part of this intrinsically connected, amazing orchestra symphony of, you know, life and love. And sometimes it feels like a really big gamble, because we are so in the physical reality, and the physical reality around us, a lot of consciousness around us that may not be able to see the big bold visions like you do. They may not be able to see their own big bold visions, and so we can find ourselves maybe entertaining things that are not in alignment with our vibe. And when you're aware of that, it's okay. You know, we all have to interact with each other in whatever ways, and you are this beautiful vibe of love. And so wherever you are, you can truly inspire others, even if it's tempering yourself and standing back and not saying anything at this time. I feel like your ancestors, those within your family lineage, are really surrounding you right now, really supporting you with the energy of strength, compassion, nurturing qualities, reminding you to nurture yourself, even in winter, even when things feel isolate or cold at times. You have this amazing energy of like protection and wisdom around you, really encouraging you to detach from the drama. You're very wise. You know how to speak your truth. And with temperance here, I feel like, you know, as we're growing, as we're really embracing this vision and seeing it come to life, being how, you know, the universe affirming it in our everyday reality, it's really important to remember that, to remember to have gratitude and appreciation. I love this card because she's standing in this, it's almost looking like roses here that have died. Maybe it's the fall time, and so they're going into hibernation, and she has this one beautiful rose here that she's appreciating. Even when the world around her seems a little dull or a little lifeless, she's still in that energy of gratitude and appreciation, because the wisdom that we learn over time, it shows us that, you know, all good things come back to us, all seasons change, and it's about embracing every season, every change, every phase of our growth with that trust and knowing. And I feel like here with the card of inspiration, you're really moving through some really big, maybe what you considered blocks in the past, or what you considered hindrances or distractions. You're really able to be in acceptance of all of that. It's still around, it's still existing in the world, and yet it's not rocking your boat as hard. It's not having that same triggering effect on you that it did in the past, especially when it comes to your emotions. You're very aware of your own emotional maturity and growth and where you are in that process. And so continue honoring that. Continue tuning into your body for affirmation. Anytime your body feels frustrated or razzled up, is what I'm hearing, or stressed, that's a really good sign that it's time for you to nurture yourself a little bit more. Get outside in nature, see yourself in nature, observe the river, observe the trees, observe the birds, and remind yourself of your own beautiful organic nature, that you are connected to this life just as everything else. And let go of this idea of gambling, of risking it all for nothing. It's about embracing this as your journey, as your life. I feel like the archangels are here, the ascended masters are here. It's a generational thing. Whatever this big bold vision that is for you right now, it's really coming into life. And the most important thing for you to experience this big bold vision manifesting is truly securing your foundation within yourself, truly securing your own groundedness, you know, feeling that sense of security within yourself. Because no matter who's around you, or, you know, who tells you that you're amazing, that you can do this, that believes in you, the most important thing for you to know is that you have this already within you. It's being shown to you, it's being given to you to experience and explore and discover, because it is your birthright to discover this. It is your privilege, your honor, this inspired energy, this inspiration is yours. And it's not meant to just be shared for everyone else's happiness. This is meant to be experienced so that you yourself feel that synergy, that connection with your own soul frequency, become the vibe. The vibe is your natural frequency. Who you are is your vibe. And so I feel like your soul really wants you to remind yourself all the time, when you're in that energy of appreciation and gratitude, that is you. That is your true, authentic soul self. And that can act as a compass, or like a grounding spot for you, like your center. Like, you know who you are no matter what. When you're in a state of appreciation and gratitude, that is your natural state. And so when there's a lot of drama happening around you, it's simply a matter of accepting that. You cannot stop the drama necessarily, but you don't have to be a part of it. To become more observant in relationships and situations and gatherings, and where there's a large group of people, it's simply about seeing yourself as that energetic frequency that you are, of appreciation and gratitude, and it will guide you whether to respond to something or not. And even, observing is a response to drama. You do not have to get involved, because that will simply detour you from your own inspired energy. And so sometimes when we're in this, and I say sometimes because some people can just power through it, but some of us, a part of the learning journey is to allow ourselves to go slow and steady. I love the Temperance card because it's about alchemizing, balancing, and it takes a little time to find our balance, and things are always changing. So it's a constant practice of finding your balance. And once you feel that center within yourself every day, dedicating yourself to what it is first and foremost that supports your body, your well-being, because that is how your soul is able to express effortlessly and bring these big, bold visions that you have to life. I'm seeing the number 15 twice here, repetitive 15, which to me represents a new beginning, a new inspired path that you're always meant to see and grab a hold of and embody and experience. The effects of. You are the cause, and the effect is what you get to experience. So I'm seeing the 15 as a big change. I'm seeing it as, this is a change that is easy to embrace, even if it's not so easy, if you know what I mean. You have a lot of support behind you with your ancestors, generations, I feel, of support, building a legacy and being this beautiful, grounded, safe, nurturing, secure energy when it comes to vulnerabilities and emotional well-being. It's something that a lot of us are really, the more of us that come together and affirm these things within ourselves, we are emotional beings, and our emotions guide us every single day and every single moment. When we're in a feeling of, when our vibe, it's really our vibe, our soul frequency, when it feels grounded, when it feels centered, when it feels aligned, it's like we are able to observe, approach, accept, respond to anything in life that's going on, because our soul focus is on that which we're manifesting. Our soul focus is on knowing that we were meant to feel good within our bodies. We were meant to feel good within this environment. And so it's just reminding yourself of that. You're not alone in that. Even if you have to go through manifesting the vision alone for a little while, it's like it's a rite of passage almost, so to speak, because you're putting in the time and energy to focusing on your vision, and that's why you're able to bring it to life. A lot of us in today's world, we feel like we're too bombarded with responsibilities, distractions, chores, all of these things. We make a lot of excuses why we don't stay focused on our vision. When you're going through healing, or you're learning how to grow and mature with your own energy, that is not an excuse or a distraction. That is a part of you becoming a master of yourself, of really understanding and mastering your own energy, not like a master-slave dynamic, but more so becoming masterful in how you feel. You know how you feel more than anyone else. This is affirming your feelings, and your emotions are what affirm. So when we're involved in drama, when we're aligned with things that are not necessarily true for our own frequency, it's like we cannot properly focus on our inspiration. We cannot properly focus on receiving, the serendipity of the universe, the synergy, the synchronicity, the magical effects, because we're not able to clearly see ourselves. When we can have compassion and understanding and relate to the emotions, right? And becoming emotionally mature means that we experience all the different emotions that are within us. So it is in alignment with your growth when you're going through something, when you need to retreat. And, like I'm seeing this just going into the woods. I would go into the woods on long walks with my camera, just me by myself, and to feel that inspired energy of just myself and connecting with nature and the sunlight and the way that, the beauty would shine through, and being able to share that to me was time well invested into my own self, into feeling grounded, into knowing who I am, so that when you go into the world of other people, you're already secure with who you are. You know what to do when your emotions feel a little hectic. You value them. There's a real tangible effect, and you feel it in your body. When you love your body, when your body feels safe, your mind feels safe, your soul feels safe. And I'm not talking about safe in terms of, having a 40-hour-a-week job and having insurance and retirement. I'm talking about feeling safe from a very obvious to you place of alignment within yourself, where you just know that you're protected, you know that you're supported, you know that the opportunities, the blessings are always coming your way. You know that this big bold vision is inspired from far beyond yourself, from with the universe. It's a co-creation, and so you will be supported no matter what. You're being guided to create a legacy, a foundation where you have the financial freedom to live your life and to enjoy the luxuries of life, to enjoy the quality of energy. I feel like you're someone who's going to give back in very equally, I want to say equal quality energy, equal contented energy, emotional maturity, where you're able to inspire and uplift yourself and others easily and effortlessly. And you won't find yourself in situations where there's drama that you have to deal with or that affects your life in a negative way. If anything, anytime you're asked to show up to any sort of dramatic event or situation, you can either act as a mediary simply with something you say, or just by your presence alone, not having to say anything, which is a huge relief. It allows you to see that this world is so much bigger than just our everyday lives, our issues, our dramas, all of that. Like, you are here to create. You are a big creator. So to me, this doesn't feel like a gamble or a risk for you to follow your own soul frequency, for you to create this legacy. This is being given to you. And anytime we feel doubt within our minds as to what we're creating, it's because there's a lot of people around us who also doubt. They doubt because they didn't follow their own dreams, or they didn't follow what felt good to them. And so that part of them that's connected to the emotions, they've kind of numbed themselves to it, or they choose not to feel those emotions. Once you feel your emotions, your contented state, once you know yourself, once you've kind of had to isolate yourself a time or two, you know how strong you are. You know that you're really never alone. You know that you can tune in and nourish your body in ways that feel good for you without worrying about what anyone else thinks or says, and when you're in that state of being, when you're in your own energy, everything is fine. Everything feels really good. So I feel like you are really feeling the strength within you. It's coming from your own soul, of course. First and foremost, everything comes from your own soul, and being aware of who you're connected to. And I feel like your ancestors have a lot of wisdom to share with you if you open up your heart to them, or, just receiving, like just opening up your thought process or your heart to receiving wisdom, maybe that your ancestors have shared over the years or passed down in some way. Maybe I'm feeling like almost like family books or stories or things that you can draw upon, feel into, that you relate easily to. You're like, oh, that's why I feel this way. I'm seeing like almost like a child being born and already knowing how to play the piano, and they have no clue why they already know how to play the piano, unless someone tells them, oh, your great Aunt Marjorie played the piano. She was a professional piano player, and you must have picked up on that, on that trait or that quality, that skill, whatever it is. It's like appreciating, the gifts within our families, appreciating the magic. We all have the magic and the gifts and the talent within our families. It's just over the years, so many of us have become disconnected that, a lot of us don't know what our family's gifts and true legacy is, and so we are a part of that. It's about bringing that back to life. I feel like you're in this place of bringing it all back to life, and it's taken going through some wintry times for you to really see your own light, really feel your own light. And as you begin shining, it's almost like the springtime, and the snow melting and the flowers, the little wildflowers starting to pop with color all over the place. Like, I really feel that. So temperance is here to help you temper your emotions, help you temper any sort of frustrations, help you learn more wisdom about how you actually learn as a person, how you grow as a person, how you choose to respond to things, the cause and effect, the consequences versus the benefits. It's like this process. I mean, temperance has probably been with me for many years. I would say at least 15 years that I've been aware, because I'm a very fiery spirit, and I've had to learn through a lot of my own mistakes, some really hard lessons. And it's you know it's not about pushing ourselves to the point of exhaustion, or like, we've learned these wisdoms and we have to share them with everybody. It's more so being grateful and appreciative for learning these things on your own and allowing things to express out of you naturally in whatever way that is. This big bold vision you have is um it's so beautiful. I can feel it within you, and it may feel so big that you're unsure of how it will all manifest. But it's really just a process of following your intuitive nudges, one step at a time, one day at a time, slow and steady, because your soul will never give you a dream that happens overnight. A real dream is built like a foundation, one day at a time, because it lasts. It's meant to last for legacies, for generations. And when you think of it that way, you have all the time in the world. What's most important is that you see that every day is the opportunity for you to add a little bit more to this vision, add a little bit more to your own skills, to your own growth. And it's meant to be big. It's meant to happen over many, 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 many days, years, for as long as possible. Like, I feel like it's about looking forward even to the next 7 generations, where you can see the generations that come after you, and how when you stay true to something that is right for you, it's more easily recognized, appreciated in the future generations, because you become so successful at whatever it is you do. For some reason, I keep feeling like a piano player. If we started playing piano at 5 years old, and it's something we truly loved and our parents encourage us to continue playing, by the time we were 10, 15, 20, it would just continue to grow. And as long as you love what you do, nobody has to teach you necessarily, but you may go to a teacher, you may gain instruction, because it helps you refine your skills. It helps you be connected to the same consciousness of people who also enjoy what you do. So whatever this is, it's seeing it that way, that this is something that can never be taken from you. It's always going to be with you. And it's something that every time you tune into it, it's going to grow and manifest and improve and become bigger and more amazing than you could ever imagine. It's like each layer just adds more beauty, more depth. I'm going to read this to you, this big, bold vision. This is from the Sacred Rebels deck by Alana Fairchild. I love this deck. So I'm going to read this little channeling for you. You were not born to play a small role in life. You have the ability to dream big. Even if you have absolutely no idea about how your visions can come to pass or what all the details may look like, you can access the heart and guts of a vision by tapping into your wildest dreams and surrendering attachment to exactly how it will all work out. The details are up to the creative genius of the universe. You are an active contributing participant, but not the sole player in your life journey. There is something, a vision or an idea, that is coming to you. You may worry that it is too much for you, but don't worry. It is meant to be yours. Although you might have some adjustments to make and some tweaking to do as you let go of your limited thinking and open up to a fearless acceptance of bigger, brighter, more radical, and more potent possibilities of creatively living your life in the world. A sign that you are cracking out of your limited thinking to allow for a big, bold vision to come to you is that you might feel a little dizzy with the shrinking limitations and expanding possibilities of life. You may wonder if you are allowed to access so much wonder. Remember that in your healing and growing success, as you manifest this big vision, you can touch the hearts of others through your presence, your inner work, your art, and your choices. It's a win-win situation. Those that are meant to live big, bold, and visionary lives need to give themselves permission to break the mold and forge newer, more expansive perspectives of what is possible, what is permitted, and what is of service. It's about letting go and opening up. Others will benefit from this. Even though it is your vision, it's not just about you. You are being asked to remember that when something is right for you, endless synchronicities and support will flow your way at the right time and in the right way. Stay open, receptive, playful, and surrendered. This oracle brings you a message. You are about to receive or be invited to become part of a grand visionary beginning. It has the makings of something fantastic. No matter how the journey that brings this vision into reality unfolds, and there will be some twists and turns that you don't see coming, it is still helpful for you to be open to it. Trust your heart, be still with your choices, and when the time feels right and truthful, leap. This oracle brings a message for those who would like to further develop their intuitive sight. It is already happening. Trust in what you perceive, even if it conflicts with what everyone else around you is saying or the surface of things. Trust your inner perceptions. They are accurate and will be proven to be so later on. The healing process below will help you with this also. This oracle brings a general message of positive energy. Trust that things will be coming up roses for you. Even if everything seems to be in a bit of shambles now, it's really just the essential mess before a truly spectacular success. So the healing process for this card says, say, I release all blocks to my vision. I release all beliefs, conscious or unconscious, stored in my body or mind that would have me belittle or minimize myself out of fear or ignorance. I choose to be big, bold, big, and bright, to vision with my heart and receive all the genius of the universe in supporting that vision and coming to life. So be it. So I feel this on many levels for you. I feel like it's almost more than this big bold vision. For you, this is also you becoming aware of who you really are, like what you're really capable of. And I'm also feeling guided to tell you, don't feel overwhelmed or allow yourself to worry about how other people are going to benefit from it. Simply feel the benefit of it yourself within your own body first. If you're tapped into it, you're tuned into it, and you automatically feel uplifted, inspired, you feel better, that's all the affirmation you need to know that what you're doing is in alignment with you and others will benefit. So it's almost like I feel the soul like nudging you to let go of thinking what others are going to benefit and instead gauge it based on your own personal self, your own body. How does your body feel? How do your emotions feel? How do you feel when you're tuned into this? How do you feel to receive this inspiration? How do you feel to interact with it, experience it? Is it something that you feel can grow and benefit you all the years of your life? Is this something that will always be supportive? Is this something that will feel good to anyone? You know, it's like, if it feels good to you, then yes, it will definitely feel good to anyone. And if it doesn't feel good to someone, that has nothing to do with you at all whatsoever. That has to do with them and where they're at in their own journey of life. And so I feel like the soul is really encouraging you, asking you, inspiring you to let go of what other people think, to detach from the dramas that they've created that have nothing to do with you. If it's something that you are a part of, acknowledge it, see where you were a part of that, and choose to detach from it. Choose to learn whatever it is you need to learn from that dramatic energy, and ask yourself, soul, what is it that I'm supposed to learn from this? Because once you see that and recognize it, it's like you can embrace that knowledge and apply it moving forward. When we're actively learning and engaging with whatever it is that we feel resistance to, once we learn about it, we're able to direct and focus that energy in the appropriate way so that it's not hindering us anymore. And it becomes wisdom, for our future when we're moving forward. And so I feel like the soul really is like, focus on yourself, focus on your own body, focus on what you feel is benefiting you moving forward. Because if it's benefiting you, it will always benefit others. It will benefit those that are coming after you. And there may be many people who don't understand the magic within your legacy, your family generation, because, you know, they're disconnected from the own magic within theirs. Anyone who's really tuned into the magic of their own self, their own family generation, it takes one to know one. So when you're in tune, you're going to be able to observe others and say, oh, well, that person must be in tune with their magic. And so allow yourself to surround yourself with as much that brings out that natural, authentic frequency of yourself, your own vibe, right? Like they say, your vibe attracts your tribe. So just focus on your vibe, focus on what is right for you, and you will naturally attract the right relationships, the right people, that which really support you. And you can see yourself in nature. A bird doesn't need to focus on its vibe. It just is. And I feel like nature is constantly reminding us of that, because we all struggle with that, myself included. Everyone I know struggles with it. It's like, how can we just be ourselves? And you know, the bird doesn't ask itself, how can I just be myself? You know, it just is itself. And so I feel like humanity, you know, a lot of us, we're coming back into that time where we don't need to ask, how can I just be myself? What do I need to do to just feel myself again? It's just going to be something we naturally embody. And through our own example, through our own ways of being able to nurture our emotions, our own well-being, we're creating that legacy. It's like a lot of us are recreating legacies and foundations that have been lost, you know, that have been destroyed by the lower vibrational reality of life, you know, the destruction, the sadness, the grief, the chaos. And here we are doing our best to embody the love, to continue nurturing the love, grow the love, the magic, the beauty, what makes life worth living. It is our responsibility. And so this vision is yours. Thank you for being you, and your ancestors, I can feel them. They're helping you. It's like the emotions, you know, anytime you feel, it's only when our emotions get, you know, heavy on the negative side that we struggle. And, you know, be mindful too of when they become heavier on the positive side, because that too can also create drama that we didn't expect. You know, if we get a little cocky in our ego or whatever it is, you know, that can create unwanted energy too. For me, I've learned the best thing to do, especially when you're really tuned into building your foundation, is to maintain a level of neutrality. Like just to be neutral, be centered, be grounded, until you get to know yourself really deeply, your own energetic frequencies. Then when you're going about your day, you know, and you feel really happy or you feel really sad about something, you know how to honor those feelings and what to do. It's like the Queen of Cups, she knows how to honor her feelings, especially, and I want to say anything that causes our emotions to amplify can put us in a vulnerable position, just depending on our awareness of it and who we're connected to. So when you feel like you're not quite yourself, like like for example, if you feel really happy and you're like, oh my gosh, this is too good to be true, and you know, sometimes we can get carried away with that. So even then, allow yourself time to be in solitude, you know, to maintain your connection to nature, your groundedness, and never beat yourself up for feeling like you made a mistake. You know, a mistake, that's our, you know, what is, okay, that didn't feel quite right. What is it that I need to learn from this and keep going? Because your big, bold vision, I mean, there's so much more I could say to you right now in this message. It just wants to all pour through, but this is because you're building a legacy and you're not in this alone. You know, and it is not your job to hold others accountable or responsible for what you know, what they should be doing. It's your job to hold yourself responsible and accountable for what you're doing, and let the universe sort everything out. Trust yourself, trust where you're going, love your body, nourish yourself, get a massage, go dip in the hot springs, whatever it is that feels really good. Buy yourself some really awesome food, superfoods, take yourself somewhere great and have lunch in the park. Like, I'm just feeling like there's so many things you can do. Even planting flowers like by your front door, things that uplift your spirit when you come home or when you get in your car, having a little thing hanging from your window or a little sticker, just like these little things that, you know, are you wherever you are. If you're feeling like you need to bring some color in your life, do it. If you feel like you want to decorate your body, I'm even seeing some of you get like little tattoos, finding, like, maybe putting some color in your hair, like painting your nails. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's something that's uniquely used so that it just, you just feel like yourself a little bit more every day. Just add in whatever it is that feels good, and you don't have to actively seek it out. I feel like it's something you'll just naturally feel that resonancy to. And it's not just about the body, but it's the soul inside the body, and the body will affirm the soul always, one way or the other, right? So what I can feel from all this is you're doing great. And there's something here about the gambling card. um, this isn't about, it's like letting go of that energy of taking risks, and just because it's a big bold vision, this is not a risk. This is something that you're doing to build a legacy. So take your time. Never force anything. Allow it to unfold naturally. Let yourself know that slow and steady is the way of inspired energy. It is the way of life. Nothing is forced in nature, and yet everything happens. Everything grows at its own pace. You're learning how to move at your own pace. You're learning how to create at your own pace, and that's the best thing you can do. You can't compare yourself to anyone else. What's most important is that you first and foremost feel grounded, safe, stable, sane, healthy, all of these things, because when you are in that place, then your soul expresses naturally. You're able to make choices that feel good to you without doubt and hesitation. And none of us are perfect, so that's why we need to be strong and have compassion. And never judge yourself, really, unless it's something that you're doing to benefit yourself in some way. Like, if it's in a way that is loving and positive, and truly, we can't really judge anything until we've been through that experience. And if we are judging, it's simply for our own awareness. It's for our own wisdom. I've gone through a lot of understanding and awareness around judgment and what it actually means. And especially in the tarot, judgment is a card of being able to look and observe yourself and acknowledge your love, your strength, your soul energy. Like, yep, that was my soul energy. That's my soul energy. that's how I that's how I interpret judgment. It's based on celebrating, all the moments that truly solidify who we are inside. It's not about condemning and belittling and betraying ourselves and others. It's about encouraging and supporting and inspiring ourselves. Like, that is why I feel like so many of us feel guilt, is that we're judging ourselves based on our so-called mistakes and failures instead of our successes and our what we're learning. It's like just shifting the mind. And I feel like you already know all of this, but it's just being affirmed for you, because it needs to be. It definitely needs to be, okay? And I'm also hearing and feeling like there's an energy surrounding you that it's like you can feel the difference between what is natural, what is nature, versus what is manufactured and kind of like just cheaply put together for the benefit of something. Like, I feel like how, it's like comparing, I'm being shown like comparing a real apple to like a candy apple that's made with like processed sugar and stuff. It's like there's no comparison, really. They're both different things, and to each their own. But for you, it's not about judging it. If it feels like it's not quite right, you know how what the life force feels like. You know what that sustainable energy feels like. And we're talking about sustainable energy here, energy that is true and solid, and it is life, and it is always happening, and you can always tune into it, and it will continue generating, it will continue regenerating, it will continue giving legacy after legacy after legacy. It's an energetic feeling, a quality of energy that you can tune into and feel. And I feel like that's what you're being shown right now. And it's so much more than just seeing things. It's deep. It's like every level: mind, body, emotion, spirit, instinct, like all of it. I feel like there's so many layers to it. And it's that authentic frequency, that vibe of yourself, and how it penetrates everything, right? And how it keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. So my goodness. I know this was a very long message, but you guys, it's been a while, and I'm really grateful to be here with all of you. Definitely keep inspiring this energy to thrive, um, just by simply being yourself. You were born for this, and you absolutely can do this without any hesitation or doubt at all. You are going through whatever you are to become only stronger, more resilient, more compassionate, more understanding of yourself and others. This is something that will benefit many generations to come. Um, like this is beautiful. So don't allow it to overwhelm you. You're not alone in this. There are others that are with you. So it's like there's a release of pressure on your shoulders, of weight on your shoulders, that you are not the sole person, the only person to bring this into form and manifestation. There are others with you, working with you side by side, whether it's energetically or in the physical reality, always in the physical reality eventually, right? So I feel like this is just a time for you to really fall in love with yourself, to really feel what it feels like in your body, heart, mind, spirit, to feel yourself. And that is the most important place to really begin creating and experiencing yourself, your life, your energy, your gifts, your talents in the world that are going to be very appreciated. So thank you. I truly hope this message resonated with all of you. Um, Always listen to your own intuition, and if there's anything that doesn't resonate, simply take that as, that's not for you. That message is not for you, okay? I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys and gals. I look forward to what comes through during the next pick a card, and I will see you all again very soon. All my infinite love as always. Peace. Hello, group number 2. How are all of you amazing, beautiful heart and souls? I am so grateful to be back here with you. So let's see what your soul wants to affirm for you at this time. The Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, Death. We have my future is glorious. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. All is well in my world. Oh my goodness. I love this. All is well in your world, okay? Your future is absolutely stunning. Your future is so in love. It is so beautiful. I can feel it, okay? And there's a purity to it. There's a very special, sacred purity to it. Whether you're noticing it in flowers, animals, the color white is very apparent here. And there is something about your thoughts right now are coming through very pure, very very clean, pure, innocent. I'm feeling like this just beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, a little spider just, oh my goodness, a little white spider just walked down here. I'm not sure if you guys saw it. I'm pretty sure he came off of my roses here. We have winter solstice reflection. 2, understanding. Balanced career and home life, Isis. Okay. Know you belong. The number 19. Look at the white cat. The white angel cat. My goodness. Very pure energy coming through for you. We have Ogum, nature. Okay. Go the distance, number 47. Inner trust, number 2. And look at this. She's wearing a white robe. This is amazing. Whatever this is, this energy, man holding a coin, okay? Wow. There's a very pure energy coming through. And I feel like this is something where it's not necessarily your own soul, but what I feel like is you've definitely journeyed to a place within yourself where you feel that purity of your soul. There's an inner trust that you're developing that is very beautiful. It's very solid. It's very well known to you. There's a comfort, a relief, a very, it's like you're very aware that this is your soul's energy. What I'm feeling coming towards you, what I'm feeling around you, what I'm feeling you receive through your consciousness. There's like a stream of consciousness that you're receiving that is very in tune with your soul, and you know the purity of it because of your own inner work and going through what it is that has allowed you to feel your own pure soul's energy. There's an innocence here. Um, there's a like a, I want to say, collation, a recognition of that pure energy within your own physical reality, or the actual physical reality at large. When it comes to, for example, finances, business ideas, making money, creating that home, everything requires, time, energy, money, being a part of the world, being a part of the business world. And so I feel like there's this energy here where you're almost perceiving the the action steps of being in the monetary world, if from that very pure perspective. It's almost like this, like empowerment. Like, I feel like you're being empowered in a way that you never expected, and yet it feels so right that it's like there's a gratitude here that is beyond words of expression. Because normally in our mainstream consciousness, we think of business as, I'm seeing Isis here being powerful. It's like being the queen, the boss, the king, having the coins and the fancy this and the titles and the accolades and all of that. And it seems very rigid and harsh, and like it requires a lot of hard work. And there's like this, almost like this dense, rigid energy, right, that comes with earth energy, and what I associate to the pentacles and finances. But there is this, it's the inspired ideas that come through our consciousness that allow us to tune into the alignment of the universe. So the alignment of nature, the alignment of our soul. And it becomes more so about creating from that place of purity, from that energetic, invisible consciousness that streams into our hearts, minds, body, soul, that allows us to create and manifest financial wealth and abundance that benefits ourselves and others, that benefits the earth and others. And I'm seeing like this very simple, you see yourself as this soul energy. You're not all the money and the material things that surround you necessarily, although it becomes an extension of us, right? But it's like you have a very balanced perspective. I'm feeling like you have some things that you've been letting go of, maybe that were very difficult to let go of. But it's the energy of the old, maybe past beliefs and programs, limiting ideas, things that were more dense in the physical reality that had to go in order for you to feel this purity of your spirit. In order for you to move forward every step in love, you had to let go of some very things that were maybe very dear. And I don't want to say maybe, they were very near and dear to your heart, and you had to let go of them. But through that process, you've been able to receive the purity of your own spirit, and there's the purity of this consciousness that's streaming into you right now. It's in tune with nature, it's in tune with your soul, it's in tune with the heart, with love, with being in love. It's in tune with the sacredness and purity of life. We have the white horse, the white rose, the white robe. Even this man is wearing a white shirt, holding one big coin in a field of wildflowers. There's something here about being able to see that money in your hands and being able to invest it into that which improves and benefits the well-being of earth, of people, in a very holistic way. It feels very holistic, very grounded, and going the distance here. This is about seeing through illusions and creating that very solid, grounded foundation over the course of your lifetime, not just one step, one day here, one day there. It's really seeing this as your life work, your life mission, your life being, your essence, your expression. You are someone who naturally expresses well-being and benefit to the world. Your vibe alone, your soul frequency alone uplifts and benefits humanity. It uplifts, and when you're tuned into this consciousness, which you are at all times, but when you're aware of it especially, it's like you're contributing to the solidifying of that pure stream of consciousness that's all humans have connection to, but not everyone is even aware that it exists. So this is amazing. And I feel like the more in tune you are with this purity, it's going to help you see how you can bring balance into your home life, your career life, how it's going to help you focus on the life you're creating, the quality of energy that you're creating, instead of feeling like you have to focus only on making money to create that particular lifestyle. I feel like as you engage with the energy, the quality of energy for this lifestyle that you're living, that you're creating, that you're benefiting, it's going to speak back to you, so to speak. It's going to talk back to you. It's going to talk back to you in many ways by giving, that which you give. You give inspiration, purity. You will receive inspiration and purity in many forms. Know that you belong, even if you feel at times that you're alone. I feel like you've spent a lot of time reflecting, and maybe you feel the urge to reflect even more. It's a part of what allows you to maintain that purity of your own inner trust and inner spirit. And at this time right now, especially, a lot of us are being called to go within, to kind of isolate ourselves sometimes. And I don't consider it isolating. Others perceive it as isolating. We consider it nourishing our souls. This is like time that must be spent. It's valuable. Taking time every day for yourself is like a must do. It's what allows you to maintain that connection to your purity. It's what allows you to trust yourself, to feel yourself, and that's what allows you to be successful. A lot of people want to be successful. They want to receive the benefits of success, but they don't recognize that a part of it, of being responsible for your success and that energetic frequency that you're able to maintain, is being responsible to spending time on your own and connecting to those things. I feel like nature is really allowing you to do that. And right now, it's like, I feel like for you, there may have been times in the past where you reflected and went within at times where you felt like you had to, because truly you didn't feel understood by anyone. But now I feel like there's an acceptance, or if there isn't now, you're coming into it. Take this as it resonates, of course. But there is this understanding of yourself, and this understanding also of others, who, when they're spending time alone, that you understand, that you support them in spending alone time, because you know that that's helping them maintain their own stability and strength and health, their overall well-being, to receive this consciousness that is natural. All consciousness is natural, obviously, but it's about being in tune with the purity, the sacredness of the energy itself. When you're aware of the sacredness, the purity, then you receive that awareness effortlessly. It's a give and receive. So you're definitely taking steps forward in love. Your higher self is speaking to you constantly in very simple ways. When we're in tune with that purity, it comes through very simple. There's not a lot that we need to say or overstate, or there's no overcompensating, undercompensating. It's like very natural. It's very simple. It almost feels like sometimes like, it's so simple, it's stupid, right? But it's like, wow, if you watch nature, if you observe nature, nature is very simple, and yet it's the most magical thing in the world, right? It's just, there's this empowered energy where you feel like the boss. It's almost like if you were going to create a movie and you could create yourself as like this very empowered being. You may be decorated and all this, but you're, living everyday life. You're going to go out and you're going to be yourself. You're going to dress like yourself and still feel like that amazing boss inside, even if you're just wearing a robe, or like, something very basic, right? I don't know, but it's like, whether you're feeling very basic or you're feeling very, extravagant, no matter how you're feeling on the outside or appearing on the outside, you are still this beautiful, pure, sacred being on the inside, and you're very aware of that. And so that comes through no matter what. It's almost like it allows you then to enjoy the more glamorized types of being, like if you were going to go to a party or something, or just to be very simple in nature, out on a walk. It allows you to be a part of life. Wherever you want to be, you're going to feel like you belong no matter where you are. And I feel like that's really important. And you may be receiving signs, especially from animals right now, like coming up to you or looking at you, or just find yourself around more animals to pet, or maybe an animal companion even finds its way to you. I just feel like there's this affirmation that's more than just like, maybe, oh, I saw a tree in nature and it had this marking, or the sun shone on me a certain way. Like, it's going to be more interactive. We've got the cheetah and the cat here. It's like there's a lot of very intuitive energy around you when it comes to the felines, the cats especially. They're very in tune with they're kind of like protectors. When you're feeling a lot of energy in the unseen, they can see things that we can't necessarily, and kind of alert us to certain things, and then we pick up on that and we're like, oh, okay, because that cat is in tune with us. So there is this feeling of just recognition that you're in tune no matter what. And whenever the death energy is present, there's an honoring, a sacredness that you very much embrace. Um, and no matter what, the purity of who you are is never lost. It is never gone. It is always growing. It is always shining. And I just feel your future. I see this word glorious here. It's like your energy is radiating such a pure energy that glorious is one of the best words to describe your future. It's not just about it being light and bright and fun and happy, because we know there are times of grief and sadness. It's about feeling that grounded peacefulness, that energy inside. You could even call it neutrality, with the winter solstice reflection. It's like a hibernating type of energy, and yet everything's still alive. Nothing's really hibernating. It's just a process of what we go through. If we didn't have winters, if we lived at the equator and everything was constant 24/7, 7 days a week, it would be probably much easier just to kind of live every day. And I'm just imagining this in my own self. I don't know, but it's like there's ways of relating to the seasons within us and the changes within us. And sometimes we're living at the equator, and we can maintain our neutrality for a very long time because the energy around us, the people around us, are of like mind. And there are times where we want to experience different things, and so maybe we move somewhere where there's seasons and we experience these changes that we would have never known to experience had we stayed at the equator. So I feel like there's an appreciation here of like you feel your center, you feel your groundedness, and as you expand your visions and you expand your experiences in life and towards your future, there's a deep understanding that you have, no matter where you are. I love this. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? Because here we have winter solstice reflection, and then we have understanding, and she's like wearing a black robe here. Here's all the flowers. It's like the understanding that in order for life to thrive and produce flowers and animals and stuff, there's also darkness, and we can perceive it as negative, or we can perceive it as it's a part of life, just as we can perceive winter as negative, or whatever it does. I love winter, but here it's being honored through reflection and, appreciating the stillness and the energy that hibernates so that it can be reborn in the spring. So go the distance with whatever, your feelings of your pure spirit are. Go the distance. Your future is absolutely glorious. I can feel it. I now live in limitless love, light, and joy. All is well in my world. Limitless love, light, and joy. It's that feeling of contentment, of just feeling like you belong. You're right where you're supposed to be. Everything is not always perfect. It will never be perfect. However, it is perfect when I embrace that knowing, when I embrace my own self, that inner trust, that co-creation with the universe. You may be meeting someone very soon who's able to offer you financial assistance and support. It could be a man. You may be a man who maybe you already are very much financially secure, and you're in a position to be able to contribute to something that's really important to you. I feel like this is more so connecting you to that masculine energy of financial wealth, of prosperity, of abundance, because you appreciate nature. It's not like you're going to receive a big chunk of money and go doing things with it that aren't in alignment with your soul. Everything that you receive, you also share or spend or use in a way that is in alignment with soul. I don't even like to use the word use or spend for some reason. It's more so it's how it supports your lifestyle and the lifestyle of the bigger picture, more than just yourself. So I want to read this to you. It's the Inner Trust, number 2. It's from the Sacred Rebels deck, Alana Fairchild. I'm going to read her channeled message for you here. Though it may be cloaked and hidden, within you lies natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder of what lies within you. This oracle brings you the message that it is time for you to trust yourself and let the real inner you out from behind the veil. You are being assured that you can trust your intuition and your own sense of things. Sometimes what you sense will be love, and you will open your heart and move easily towards the source of that love, be it in the form of another person, a new career path, a project which you care deeply about and want to pursue, or a spiritual or creative practice that you are keen to explore. Sometimes what you sense will be more challenging than this and will ask something different of you. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or in the situations around you. This oracle asks you to trust yourself, to find the most authentic and self-loving way to deal with that. Perhaps you have drawn this card because you are unnecessarily holding yourself back out of fear or a lack of belief in your ability to support and care for yourself, or in the importance of your need for self-expression in your relationships. The Oracle of Inner Trust comes to you with this guidance. You know what you are doing. You have enough wisdom and intuition to be able to place yourself more fully in the world, to take steps to unhide yourself. Even if you feel you have no clue about what is happening at a broader level in your life, even if you can't quite see the whole picture of what is taking place within or around you, you still have all the wisdom and intuitive ability you need to take one step at a time and navigate your way through absolutely anything that life brings to your door. If you have been thinking of taking a leap of faith and doing things differently, whether in your personal life or your creative work, then this oracle brings a particular message to trust your instincts and go for it. This oracle comes at a time when the patterns of your life are shifting. You can take advantage of this shift and leap into an entirely new level of consciousness and experience. This is not a time for self-doubt or playing small. It is a time to get in touch with the courage, boldness, and daredevil within, and to take that step, big or small, into the future that is beckoning you forward. You have the wings to fly. Sometimes we don't realize it until we leap over the edge of what we have known and begin to soar into a new life. So the healing process for this card is: place your hands on your heart and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in the love of my heart. I trust in the love of my heart. Place your hands on your stomach and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in my instincts. I trust in my instincts. Place your hands on your belly and say aloud or think very clearly, I trust in the flow of life. I trust in the flow of life. Say the following aloud. I trust myself. I trust in my higher self. I trust in life. When I don't know, my higher self does know. I am guided by the wise voice of my higher self within my heart. I trust myself, and I allow myself to be guided in all things by the wise, instinctive knowing within. I am not afraid to be seen. I unveil myself from my hiding places, and step by step, I show myself with all my unique beauty to the world. I am seen and I am received with love by myself and by others. I am worthy. Wow. You are absolutely so worthy. So never forget that. Never forget ever how amazing you truly, truly are. This is something that will be with you for the long haul. Be willing to go the distance for that which truly reflects your own pure, authentic soul, vibe, nature, frequency. Okay? There's a lot of support coming in for you right now around balancing your career, your home life, so that it's cohesive, so that it's synergistic, that it benefits, one benefits the other effortlessly. You're very much being guided to, it's like, I feel like you're going to be supported always in staying connected to nature and being connected to your own inner nature, your own well-being, no matter how much wealth you accumulate, which I feel like you're going to be very wealthy, very prosperous. I feel like there's going to be lessons here and learning how to, and I feel like that's a part of why your higher self is really coming through right now to help you prepare and maintain your integrity as you receive wealth, as you receive financial abundance, that you feel good about where you're investing your money, how you're spending your money, how the money is being used to support your lifestyle and the benefits of others. I feel like this part of being humble and grounded is what's going to allow you to feel really good about receiving the money and spending the money, because you know that it's aligned with the energy of that sacred life force energy. It's aligned with what's going to allow you to build a world that you truly want to be a part of, because you belong here. You came here to be a part of that. And there's a lot of understanding that you're learning and gaining to help to help you with this transition, this transition of whatever it is you had to let go of, the past realities, the past thoughts, maybe even a different way of thinking, and embracing this new, beautiful, energized, sacred way of thinking that opens up so many doors and opportunities for you, that surrounds you with energies that are just so nourishing to your heart and spirit, that are solid, that are real, that are grounded, that last a lifetime. Um, and I feel like, it's like the potential here to really build a financial foundation that is continuous for many, 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 many years, even generations to come, is all within you. I feel like there's um, a lot that's going to be coming your way because of everything you've given in your past. So hold on, hang in there, be willing to go the distance, okay? And anytime you feel like you need some nurturing, or you feel a little bit overwhelmed, retreat to nature, retreat to your higher self, allow the inspired thoughts to come in, allow yourself to appreciate the times of quietness, of hibernation, of reflection, the times that you're able to hear just your own higher self channeled through, and not the opinions and voices of everyone else. Even if that means going humble for a while and your very pure self, just allow yourself to be natural, keep it simple, and see yourself adding on those things that you enjoy, those things you love, those things you want to see continuing to evolve in the world. Having the financial resources and wealth will allow you to contribute your energy to what you want to see continuing to grow in this world, what you want to continue experiencing. It's all a part of your own legacy and why you have the energy to go the distance. What gives you the energy to go the distance is being aligned to that very natural inner self, that higher self, that purity, that sacred energy. And I feel like you really feel that, what that feels like. And your soul wants you to know that your future is glorious, okay? So don't worry. Let go of worries and doubts and focus more on balance, harmony, being in that neutral place of groundedness. Anytime your emotions or anytime your thoughts um, feel grounded and neutral, you know that you can trust them. If they don't feel grounded or neutral and they feel kind of give it some time. Maybe it's not quite your thoughts or not meant for you to receive at that time. Anything that you're meant to receive, anything that you know is right for you, you're going to feel that neutrality, that grounded, centerizing energy that comes with it, okay? And if it's new and it's not something you're sure of, if you give yourself time, if you take your time with it, it will prove itself to be either worthy or unworthy, right? So know how worthy you are to receive what you're receiving, and continue honoring what's right for you, even if it means having to say no to others at certain times. Whatever you do to nurture yourself is always going to benefit you and everyone else around you, okay? And I feel like this man holding a coin, I feel this masculine energy around you that wants to support your finances. Maybe they can offer a loan or a business idea, or support financially, physically in some way. Um, that allows you to contribute to the growth of this. Whatever this is, I don't know. It could be you yourself, in the future. However it resonates with you, take it ever it resonates. And just know whatever you've had to let go of from the past, it's all being transmuted for the good and reflected in that way. As long as you maintain your own willingness to be grateful and learn from everything, that energy continues forward. It transforms into something that can be applied to the future, whether it's wisdom or just knowledge or fun or whatever it is. Okay, it's like you're able to move forward in love and let go of anything that was bogging you down in the past, anything that made you feel depressed or anxious. As you receive insight from your higher self, you feel that beautiful energy inspiring you, supporting you. And the more you focus on the balance, the more you focus on trusting yourself, it's all going to be felt very naturally, and you'll have that energy to keep going effortlessly. Like, it won't feel like you have to put in the effort. It all begins to feel good to put in the effort. You'll feel regenerized as you put in effort, and it comes back to you, regenerizing you. Like I'm saying regenerizing. That's a weird, re-energizing. I said regenerizing, almost like regenerating generations. Like we're all regenerators. Regenerizing. Interesting. It's like a combination of energizing and regeneration. So that sounds good to me. You're regenerizing. Rejuvenating, remembering. There's just a beauty here, and in being able to feel that strength of sustainability, sustainable energy flowing through you, and knowing that you belong, and a lot of little helpers around you. Like I feel like, especially the feline energy. There's an energy here with cats, felines that really warm your heart and help you kind of tap into things that are unseen, maybe even strengthening your intuition and your instincts a bit. So, yeah, this is a beautiful message. I truly hope it resonated with all of you, and that it brought more affirmation and understanding to what you're feeling inside. And, whatever this is, I'm even seeing like this frozen, it could be a frozen lake. And here we have the summer, the yin and the yang, the white, the black, and all the color in between. There's been a lot of self-reflection that's been happening, and you're always being encouraged to be self-reflective at all times, because that's what allows you to truly understand yourself and others and what you're doing here. And you belong here. You belong here with us, and we belong here with you. And so keep trusting yourself, working on that, and you're never alone. I love that these are both twos. This is cooperation, harmony, balance with you, your higher self, with the universe, with others. This is also, mirrored reflections. It takes two, and the universe is a two-way street, so to speak. It's, a mutual exchange of energy. So I feel like you're really beginning to understand that, and you're someone who, it's like you're meant for this. You're meant for this. You're meant to understand different perspectives and have a different understanding. It could even be the black and the white, the yin and the yang, experiencing the, the extremes of one and the other, and coming to that center place, that neutral center place within, and seeing how it, creates a rainbow. So like a kaleidoscope. Oh, there's so much I could go into with all of this, but just, know that whatever has happened in the past is never going to come up again and feel dark. I feel like if anything, there's like you've done something within your own inner work that allows you to transform and transmute energies very effortlessly, where you don't even need to have the thoughts coming in anymore. It's like you'll feel things, but because you've embraced this energy of love, of authenticity, of sacredness, it's almost as if it's being done for you, without your awareness sometimes. And you'll receive these inspired insights and affirmations of applying your wisdom. Now that you've been through things, I feel like you're applying your wisdom. You're making choices that are some from the teachings of your own lessons, from the teachings of your own wisdom, and you're seeing the benefit of that. You're seeing how the universe speaks to you, and how we really are all connected, and how it is truly rooted in your success, your well-being, and that includes your finances too. So amazing. Keep listening. Write down ideas, write down inspired thoughts, especially with the page here. These may be inspired channelings you're receiving from your higher self, or thoughts or ideas or inspirations that are new to you that you've never heard before. It may be also that it's just at this very new, immature kind of stage where it needs time to grow. So as you receive them, write them down. Take time to reflect and understand, and just know that you belong here. It's a part of your energetic frequency that is bringing the purity, the sacred energy to this world that's already here, but it's like you're lighting it up. You're giving life to it. You're giving voice to it. You're allowing it to be here in its purest form, and that's amazing. Okay, so thank you so much. Again, I hope this message resonated, And I look forward to seeing what comes through for all of you in the next pick card. Sending all my infinite love as always. So grateful for each one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Infinite love always. Peace. Hello, group number 3. How are all of you beautiful, amazing heart and souls? Thank you so much for tuning in. Feels amazing to be here with you. So let's see what your soul would like to affirm for you. Oh, we have the Lovers, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Wow. Oh my, this is really beautiful. Wow. I balance my masculine and feminine sides. The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace and all is well. Oh my goodness, look at you. This is amazing. This is amazing. Crystals, focus. Look at this amethyst cave, and I've got the amethyst here. Very, very clear, insightful energy coming through. Divine connection, number 8. I almost feel like I don't need to say anything. The cards should be affirming everything pretty clearly here. Priorities, King Solomon. Okay. And now I got some stuff to say now. Embrace the masculine. Number 11, embrace the masculine here. And we have the King of Pentacles, okay? Coins, abundance, a lot of earth energy, a lot of physical movement energy. No place like home, number 50. Beyond the mind, the heart beats, number 21. And victory, number 28. Wow. Wow. So what I'm definitely feeling is this very beautiful divine connection to your own self, your own soul. There's this beautiful energy of harmony and balance, and very, very much appreciative and grateful for both masculine and feminine energy within yourself. And I feel like there's, with this balance of masculine, feminine energy, I feel like you can almost sense how it opens up everything. You know, it's not about finding the right person as much as it is about finding yourself as the right person, right? Like being the right person for yourself, being right in your own mind, heart, and spirit. And it's not about being right or wrong, but it's about being aligned with who you are. What is aligned with who you are is right for you. So I feel like you're really focused in a very magical way right now. It's like there's so much more than just the physical reality of boy meets girl and they fall in love and then the whole world is beautiful, right? It's like there is this very deep understanding and knowing that you've had to find that alignment within yourself. When we find that alignment within ourselves, we begin to see how the choices we make, the way that our thoughts come in and are expressed is in alignment with our true authenticity. What you're experiencing with either your masculine or feminine side is a beautiful connection that is beyond words. It's this connection where it's like your soul can literally speak soul to soul with another person without them even being in the room. I feel like there's, you know, this beautiful energy of balance within yourself that it's the frequency of home. It's to you, it's this energy, this feeling of home that you recognize. And no matter what happens in life, no matter where you find yourself, you know what home feels like to you. You know who feels like home to you. And it's because you've chosen yourself first and foremost as home. You know that when you feel at home, you're able to be in tune completely effortlessly with your own authentic vibe, frequency, wants, desires, needs. All of that becomes secondary because when you are in alignment with your own soul frequency, everything you need, want, and desire is surrounding you, comes to you effortlessly. You see things, you know, it's like you don't have to think about it anymore. What I'm feeling here with the masculine energy, even within yourself, and this could be someone else in your life as well, that there is this energy where the masculine needs to feel embraced, needs to feel accepted, needs to feel supported and inspired in whatever is being created, because the masculine energy is very physical. It's what propels us to take those action steps that can be very difficult, yet they set the tone for a very solid, grounded foundation. I'm seeing coins here, abundance. Again, I feel a lot of prosperity energy in this reading. And for you, this is very similar, I feel, to the last message, but you're being asked right now, your soul is really affirming to you that whatever you are prioritizing right now, that this is ultimately what allows you to maintain victory and success in your life, especially when it comes to finances. It's knowing that your first connection is to your soul, your divine energy, the sacred energy, the crystals here. It's like you're in tune with the earth energy. You're in tune with the true wealth, the true value, the true essence of life, which is the abundance energy, right? Everything comes from the earth, and the earth is very grounded, it's very fixed, it's very long lasting. And this feeling of groundedness now, I feel like you're receiving in a very spiritual way, right? So it's not something that other people can see necessarily, but they see it when they see you expressing your true self. They see it when they see you supporting yourself and others and causes that are near and dear to your heart. They see it when you're able to provide resources and support and nourishment, fun and beauty, and whatever it is that you do in the world. They're seeing, that's what they're going to see. And I feel like this is also not about them as much as you're recognizing it's about you being in alignment with who you really are. And as you do that, no matter what everyone else is perceiving around you, they're, it's like secondary to everything that you're experiencing. I'm feeling like there's another aspect to this reading too, where you are coming into alignment with all of the people in your life that are very beautiful reflections of yourself. The connections that you're making in your life right now are long lasting. They are connections that will bring you joy for many, many, many years, forever. Love is forever. And when we meet our reflections, our true reflections, because we've chosen to be authentic, we've chosen to honor our own frequency, our own vibe, we've chosen to accept our own feminine. I was going to say fascinating. It's interesting because our feminine energy is so intuitive. It's very in a sense, the beauty of the feminine energy is that she makes it appear effortless, right? Like when we watch nature and we see roses in bloom, we see the beautiful bloom, we see the rose, we smell the fragrance. That to me is a very feminine type of energy where the magic is revealed, that was once hidden. The masculine energy of the plant to me is when it's growing through its vegetative state. The roots are having to stretch out to, drink the nutrients. We don't see all of that. But when that plant grows its roots, then, the plant knows it can drink, it comes up and it feeds the plant, and the flower begins to grow. And as it blooms and lets off its fragrance or fruit, that to me is a perfect balance of the masculine feminine. So in our human bodies, it's understanding that we come from a very spiritual place. And I'm speaking of this in terms of every person having masculine and feminine energy. Obviously, we're born to women. We have a father. However, when I'm speaking in terms of the spiritual energy, there is a spiritual form of masculinity and a spiritual form of femininity, and they operate in their own natural ways. Masculine and feminine are different energies, and they're meant to work in cooperation with one another, in harmony with one another. They enhance each other's lives. They allow the other to do what they do naturally. And I feel like here with embracing the masculine, especially with the King of Pentacles, if there's a male in your life, a man in your life who is reaching towards, like, I want to say success and victory when it comes to finances, business, making money, creating a secure family foundation, a home, buying property, vehicle, whatever it is that supports like the stability of the physical reality for family, that is really being asked to be supported, encouraged, embraced. And I feel like that, coming from the feminine energy is really key to it. I feel like when masculine energy receives the support and affirmation from the feminine energy, it's like it creates like an inspired, like a feeling that is so good that it cannot compare to anything else. And it's the same vice versa. When the feminine receives that blessing or acknowledgement or affirmation from the masculine energy, it allows her to then, just naturally do what she does. So I feel like there's a natural recognition here of how the energies operate differently. And in each way, when they're able to operate in their true form, they complement each other. They help each other build upon each other. They support each other. And so I'm feeling that very much so for you. And with the Lovers and the Two of Cups, there's obviously a union here, coming together of you and another person that's very special, that's truly honoring of the masculine, feminine energies. It's very complementary. And it could be simply a matter of embracing the more physical denseness of the masculine energy. I feel like for me personally, I was raised by a number of men. I work with men, and men, the masculine energy can be, it's more fixed in my mind, whereas the feminine's more fluid. It's easier to go with the flow and be more supportive, whereas the masculine energy in today's world is encouraged by mainstream to be more, rigid and stick to routines and do things maybe that are tried and true. And some masculine energy at this point really wants to break free of that and create its, evolve. It wants to expand. And maybe there's ideas of creating money that are new to the masculine energy in this reading. Maybe they're beyond, outside of the box. And so I feel like that, whatever that is being asked to be supported and encouraged to grow. Very successful, very abundant energy, becoming a king, basically a business owner, a boss of a company, something that is very guided, very inspired by spirit, by life. And there's a lot of abundance around you, a lot of wealth around you. Not just wealth in terms of money, but also nature, the feeling of knowing home, and that, that feeling. There's a shift here going on. You're being asked to focus on what's really important to you, your priorities, what really supports that foundational energy of the masculine, feminine. This divine connection is all about strength, really listening to that inner voice within you that's very subtle, and knowing, the strength that comes from it. It's very subtle, but it's very strong. It's long lasting, just like a tree, is a very subtle, soft, feminine type of energy, yet it's very strong. It's very divinely connected. There's a lot of strength to it, and how deep the roots grow. It's almost like the roots that need to continue growing. It's to keep nourishing and feeding those roots so that they continue growing larger and larger and larger. It's sort of like, being a gardener, and instead of feeding your plants, you actually feed the soil. When you feed the soil, then your plants thrive. You don't have to think about it. That's another way of comparing, I think, nature to our own feminine, masculine energy. I'm feeling a lot of victory here, though, in this union within yourself and with others. If there's someone special in your life right now, it's very, very, very beautiful, very harmonious. And it's about staying focused on your priorities, what's important to you, and solely focusing on that right now. The spiritual aspect of yourself is really pouring through, especially as you begin receiving more financial wealth and abundance. You're going to be asked to be responsible with that and to maintain your integrity no matter what you do. And that, I'm saying, you're going to be asked from your soul, not from anyone else, only from your own soul. And as you do that, you'll feel good. You'll feel like you're doing the right thing. You'll know you're doing the right thing. And I feel like the compliments will come, the complementary energy will be felt, no matter where you are, with who you are. And it's the choice to be authentic, to be true to yourself. It's the choice to embrace your natural birthright, your divine connection, your understanding to life, the unfoldment of your spiritual journey, and that there is an order to things. There is a natural law to things, and it's all benevolent. It's all wisdom. It's like tuning into the ancestors of King Solomon, for example. Kings and queens here. We've got two kings. It's like there's a lot of wisdom that kings have to offer. And it's about tuning into that sacred energy no matter what. There's an energy of sacredness, and not to be afraid of money or not to be afraid of gaining material wealth because we feel it's not spiritual. This is about recognizing that you're meant to experience life to the fullest. You're meant to live your life to the fullest. And we as human beings are responsible for everything we create. So choosing to create from your place of authenticity, your own authentic soul self, your balanced self, your masculine, feminine, appreciating women, appreciating men for what they contribute to this world, supporting that success in others, and staying focused on truly, the spiritual aspect of it is going to help you see that divine connection. If there isn't a divine connection to something, you're going to feel it right away. You're going to know, you're going to become more aware too of what feels good in terms of receiving money. Just because you're in that energy of abundance, you're going to receive many opportunities, many different ideas, offers. It could be whatever. And so it's, knowing that place of home, what it feels like, and that will help guide you into what to say yes to, what to say no to, what's right for you, what isn't so right for you. Um, And there's a lot of victory around that. Whatever is right for you is going to honor your priorities. It's going to honor what's right for you. So as you focus on your priorities, the universe you're able to receive the insight, the support of what it is that is allowing those priorities to become even more than what they are, to continue unfolding, solidifying, becoming strength. So this is really, really amazing. Embrace the masculine. This is so amazing the way it's come through. And no place like home. I mean, it's just this feeling of home that's surrounding you that is so powerful and so beautiful. So you're absolutely ready to receive abundance in whatever form it comes to you, especially financial, because I feel like you're someone who's going to invest it in your home life, your family, your friends, your future, and what truly benefits, not just to, appease people or make them happy. Like you're thinking deeper, you're thinking longevity and long term and health, health and wealth. It's like choosing to fill your fridge with a lot of superfoods, and sure, you've got some candy and snacks, but for the most part, you're doing your best to stay focused on what's truly sustainable for your future, sustainable for your children, your family, your legacy, all of that. I'm going to read this card to you, but I'm seeing this here with this house. It's like hanging on a plant hook. It's really interesting with the light shining, almost like it's like above the clouds. It's very fascinating, but I feel like your soul spirit has got you in a place that feels so good, so at home, no matter where you are. Um, that feeling of home is always with you. It's always surrounding you. And I feel like almost you're like, it's like a bird's eye view right now that you have. And so you're able to see things, from a different perspective, your own perspective still, but it's like you're being shown how you can perceive things from a heightened awareness. Embrace the changes that are coming, the infinite opportunities and abundance, and feeling into what it would feel like, what you can do with finances, what you can do with money right now. There could be a wealthy man entering your life. That's your perfect companion. You may be the wealthy man, and finally meeting a woman that is so appreciative and compliments what you do, allows more ease. Whatever this is, there is a very spiritual connection happening. It's a very divine connection, and it allows you to really focus on your priorities with ease, with no hindrance. It supports you focusing on your priorities. So it's really beautiful. Okay, a lot of victory, a lot of success. So I'm going to read this to you really quickly from the Sacred Rebels, number 21, Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats. This deck is by Alana Fairchild. In the chaos of modern life and the constant fluctuations of our minds, it can be difficult to remember that a sublime sanctuary lies within. Yet it is always there. Beneath the ceaseless activity, there is an endless, vast spaciousness that restores and connects us to something greater, something that exists outside of time. Some might call it eternity. Within that sanctuary, sacred sound is felt rather than heard. That sacred sound is actually the reverberating heartbeat of the entire universe. Your own heart's rhythm sounds within the greater universal heartbeat. The totality of life, all of your being, can be felt as one through listening to and feeling for the sacred sound of the heart beating within you. It is through this heartbeat that we experience a love that is more than preference or attachment. This is the love that inspires, energizes, and moves us to create, even beyond what we once thought was possible. Your love for life, the need to feel alive and express yourself, and the quest for that which is truly fulfilling, these are the sacred urges that rebel against fear and promote passion for being alive. They flow through your blood and can be felt through the beating of your heart. This oracle has a message for you. There is the way of the mind which can make mountains out of molehills, even when it thinks it is turning mountains into molehills. Then there is the way of the heart. It is subterranean and moves subtly beneath possible obstacles, intelligently shifting with exquisite sensitivity, sensing the way forward through dangerous pathways and responding to what is before it even occurs in the physical world. However, with the heart's intelligence, we cannot see and know in the same way that we do when we allow the mind to direct us. We have to be open to another way if we want to benefit from the innate intelligence of the heart. The mind sees, plans, and strategizes. The heart feels, responds, senses, and intuits. When we walk the path of the heart, we must feel and respond rather than plan our way. It is a different way to live and create. It is closer to the earth and to the source of life itself. It is not for those who are lacking in courage and trust, but you are not one of those. You are being asked to trust your heart and to drop into it. The mind is important, but it cannot supplement the heart. It cannot supplant the heart. The role of the mind is to serve the truths of the heart. That is, to create the spacious chamber of receptiveness into which the sacred rhythm of your heartbeat can resound. This oracle comes with guidance for you. Deep within, you know what to do, and you know what is true. It matters not whether the mind and its plans seem to agree with your inner sense. Your willingness to trust your heart and to rebel against fear will serve you well. Let your heart lead you. Be sure of your faith and trust in what you feel. Your head and heart have been in conflict at times over the course of your life. This has brought you struggle and sometimes deep suffering. However, this oracle brings you the message that a truce will soon be declared and the appropriate outcome of the mind waving the white flag of surrender is imminent. Soon, if not already, you will finally be feeling that your heart is leading you. You will feel that your mind is learning to follow the guidance of your heart rather than trying to be out front, seeing and sorting everything out in advance in order to be safe. What a relief to let go of this old way. Your mind can become more relaxed and trusting. There will be a period of adjustment as you get used to living without so much foresight, but with more insight, wisdom, and energy in the present moment to create. If you're finding that you cannot plan or strategize as you once did, or you feel that you know less than you have ever known about where you are heading or how you are supposed to get there, then this oracle comes as confirmation that these are healthy signs of a shift from head to heart. You are not proceeding in error. You are exactly where you are meant to be, doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. You are now in a position that is more powerful than ever because you are allowing yourself to be guided by your heart, a heart that beats in harmony with the heart of all existence. Your affairs are in accord with love, and no matter what may appear to be at times, all is unfolding according to that greater love, you included. So the healing process for this card is lie on your back comfortably with your hands on your heart. Say, I love you. I trust you. You are beautiful and you are wise. You beat in harmony with the greater plan of love. You are my guiding light. Rest with your hands at your heart for several long, slow breaths, or however long feels good. When you are ready, just go back to your day or evening. Anytime you need to strengthen your connection to your heart's truth, drop into your heart awareness by lightly placing one or both hands on your chest over your heart and breathing gently. Wow. So I really feel this embracing of the masculine will truly help you feel that balance, that connection, that harmony within your own heart. It will allow your heart to take the lead because I feel like you'll be able to trust more. So your own actions, your own choices, what it is that you're doing in the physical reality, you're going to trust that it's in alignment with your heart. this is really powerful. You know, that feeling of home, that feeling of stability, it comes from trusting your heart. It comes from being able to trust yourself and having an open heart in the world. When we are able to have an open heart, we can do anything. You know, that is what we are meant and designed to do, is to live life in love. And so becoming aware of that. And it's interesting because I feel like a lot of times we think, oh, the feminine's being repressed or whatever it is. But in this case, I feel like the masculine maybe have been repressed more than ever because of the rules and regulations and laws of life that we've created, which kind of contain us in a box. You know, it's interesting here. The house is hanging on a hook. The way that I'm feeling this is just, it's very odd. It's very odd. And yet it's like, no matter where you are, if you feel like life's got you dangling or whatever, it's like recognizing that it's source giving you a bird's eye view. It's source kind of pulling you above everything to see things more clearly. And no matter where you are, you're always home. You're always in that foundation of energy that is supportive to your well-being, that is supportive to your life. And you can trust, you know, wherever your soul's guiding you, because your heart is your compass, and the mind isn't the only thing running the show. The mind is in alignment now with the heart, the body. You know, your body feels good at home, your heart feels good at home, being able to be open and free to express, and the mind is so joyous that it doesn't have to come up with all the solutions on its own. You know, like that's how it feels. It's like you're not alone. You know, it's like there's this feeling of reciprocity, receipt, receipt, reciprocity. That's interesting. Receiving, balancing. I'm gonna have to. That word won't come out properly for me right now. So I feel like there's some transitioning. It's like embracing your feminine energy with the masculine. There may be new streams of like thoughts and language coming through. I would suggest also spending some time reading. Maybe go to the bookstore and get some books that call to your heart, call to your spirit, and read them out loud. It will help you with your language. It will help you with speaking. It will help you say words that maybe you're not accustomed to saying. That I feel is more masculine, because the feminine is so intuitive, and the feminine can be more insightful and wise and quiet, and maybe not as many words need to be spoken. Whereas I feel like the masculine energy is more educational in terms of being able to speak and express or take the actions that are necessary to speak your truth. So I feel like there's, you know, ways that you can focus in on your consciousness, the spiritual consciousness, and how you feel comfortable in expressing yourself in the world, how you feel comfortable taking actions. And whatever you do, it's all very victorious. It's all, you know, very abundant. There's finances. Maybe you're learning how to speak more the financial language in a way that is in alignment with your own soul frequency, your own heart. You know, having your heart involved in this process is so important, right? It's like the most important thing. So I feel like your heart's in the right place, and you're learning, you're growing, you're learning how to express yourself in expanded ways that you never were able to before, maybe. So this is really beautiful. Embrace your masculine, okay? Embrace whatever it is. You are aligned. There's these beautiful relationships that are forming in your life that are long lasting, that are forever, that are very complementary to your life. They're going to complement this lifestyle for you, this choice for you. They're going to complement that feeling of home, your finances. You can trust, you know, yourself completely, because it's not just the mind that's making all the logical decisions. It's your mind aligned with your soul, your heart, your body, your family, your priorities, your legacy. Okay, this connection is very divine, whatever this is, whether that's just to yourself right now, but knowing that if you have this divine connection to yourself, it's inevitable that it's going to lead to other amazing connections with other people that enhance your own well-being, okay, and you enhancing them as well. So there's all this abundance that you have to share with one another in ways that continue stimulating your heart and your mind in ways that are beyond, you know, beyond the mind. Receiving insight and intelligence and, you know, consciousness that involves new words and new language and new things to learn. It's like you don't just reach a certain age and stop learning. We continue learning and growing as long as we're aware that we do. And it's fun, you know, it's like new worlds open up. You think you know, we may think it's the end of the world when we turn 40, but then we're shown that it's like, whoa, there's this whole new world. You almost feel like a teenager again. If you're really embracing your authenticity, your soul, it's like you get to experience life in a new way that's more you than ever. And there's things you didn't know existed, and there's feelings of home in places you never thought imaginable. And you're like, wow, you know, it just gets better and better. So congratulations, and you know, lots of love and success to you. There is only victory here. So trust yourself, and you know, allow yourself to give and receive freely this abundance, because it's truly aligned with your priorities, your home life, the people that are most important to you, and of course yourself. You know, finding that balance with your masculine feminine energy. The masculine and feminine parts of me are in perfect balance and harmony. I am at peace, and all is well. So when you're at peace, you know you're aligned with your masculine, feminine energies and all your multidimensional energies, because there are infinite energies at all times. You know, being in tune with that all that you are. Um, Feeling that balance is most important. That center place, that grounded energy, grounding in the earth and the, you know, the sky. Like, it's like, you know, it's the earth energy and the sky energy. Mother Earth, Father Sky. You know, so there you go. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to the next message that comes through for all of you, which will be very soon. And until then, I'm sending you all my infinite love as always. So grateful for each one of you. Truly. Thank you. All my infinite love as always. Peace.